Alright guys, so we finally got the sandblaster going. We're waiting on parts for like 2 weeks now, and the weather was really bad, so I wasn't able to save the sand if I wanted to do it outside, and it was just gonna be really wet. So it's a good day now. I can finally just get started. I have all the parts for this already. I'm just waiting on the painting part. So that's what's holding me back. So I really gotta get this done. So I'm just gotta grind and sandblast this as best I can, and then we're gonna start painting it. We'll get the primer on today, and then I'll have to run to town and get more paint supplies. I do not have enough. So I just got all the primer on, and I just got the first coat of the red paint on. It is a beautiful day to paint. It's nice and hot, it's dry, there's not a speck of wind, so it's a good day. So I did all the red first, just because that's the paint I had right now. I'm gonna do the second coat here soon, because this stuff dries pretty fast. And I did the red coat on here. And I actually don't have enough white paint, so after I put the second coat on, I'm gonna run up to town, grab some more paint. And I need primer. I need more primer for the truck, and need more paint for the truck. So I just need to get a bunch of paint. So far, it's gonna turn out good. I think this red and white layout's gonna be awesome. I'm probably gonna need more red paint as well. So I'm gonna get more red paint, and the quad's almost done. Hopefully, I get the painting done by today, and then tomorrow I can assemble it. So it's gonna be a nice day to do this. So I just pretty much got 4 coats going on right now. I'm just letting it dry, and then I'm gonna put some more on, and basically until I run out of paint. The more the merrier, because these things do take a beating. This is gonna look awesome. This is gonna really stand out, that's for sure. Basically, once the paint is dry, I'm gonna take some polisher and really polish up this stainless steel or whatever this is. So I'm gonna polish up this aluminum. I'm gonna polish up the wheels, so the aluminum is gonna really stick out. So that way the wheels do match, and the fars kind of match that. Oh, and the bumper. Yeah, I'm just kind of guessing on some parts here and there what to paint them. I don't know. The red handlebars might be too much up there, but oh well, it's painted already. And I don't know, I think the white frame's gonna be sick. Hopefully you just, you know, frames are meant to just, you know, be frames. They do get dirty, so it is what it is in quads, but these are gonna be awesome. I really wish they took, really wish manufacturers took more time in and making their product look better. I'm gonna do some rearranging in the garage. I'm gonna move this project over in the corner. But probably I should be able to get this done by the end of the week if there's no complications. I really don't know if the engine's running or not. They said it does run, so I'm just gonna take your word for it on that point. But the worst part about this is gonna be trying to figure out what bolts go where, because I did not take this thing apart. So that's gonna be the tricky thing, finding out where the bolts go. And the bolts that I did take off, I labeled and I know where they go. I'm hoping it's gonna be worth it in the end. I think it is, but you know how it goes. So it is the next day and it is time to start assembling this Predator. So I have it down here. I'm gonna work on it in this bay. And basically it's just gonna be, why is the lighting doing that? But the paint turned out really well. The lighting kind of sucks in here, but it's gonna look really nice. It turned out really well. It's pretty well done drying. Plastics are done. And I'm just gonna, this is the next step. I'm gonna start assembling the A-arms back together. So once I get the A-arms back together and the swing arm back together, because I'm replacing all the bushings and bearings and seals and that, then I'll start assembling that to the frame. I just did the swing arm. So that was kind of a process. These bearings did not want to come out very well. But this is pretty much done for now, as far as I can get it. So I'm gonna work on the A-arms and then we'll start assembling things back together. Alright, so I finally got the A-arm and the swing arm connected. Had a lot of trouble, especially with these bushings. They sent me the wrong ones. So I made them work. I had to cut them down and shave them off a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to do the job. And they're pretty secure. And then I accidentally put the spindles on backwards. So that took another hour out of the day because they were stuck. Anyways, so I'm gonna work on putting the swing arm back together while the paint dries, and so I'm gonna put the axle through and the tires, and probably get just the back end up and get it up off the ground a little bit. I wish I had a better bench. Maybe that'll be a future purchase. Okay, so making more progress. I got the swing arm in, got the engine mounted, I got the axle in. So far it's going pretty good. It's going together slower than I'd like, but it is what it is because I don't know where things are. I'm probably gonna work from the rear to the front. So I'll get the air box in and the battery. So the next thing I'm gonna do is run the wire harness, so I can make sure I got everything, make sure that's in before I start putting everything else in. The starter on this is bad, but I do have another starter here. So I think the hardest part is done. I think mounting all this stuff was the hard part. So, all right, so it's the next day on the Predator 500 build. And so I made a lot of progress, as you can see. So I got the tires on, just temporary. I just wanted it up higher for me to work on. Is the only reason they're on at this point. They're not even bolted down really. But I got the shocks on too. Not a big deal on that. So I'm taking a little break on the wiring harness because I found out that this CDI box, this Predator engine is an 06 500. And between, I believe, from 05 to 07, on that 500 engine, they changed the CDI box on it for some reason. And it's the expensive CDI box. It's like $100. The OEM one's like $300. I'm using an aftermarket one. So the one that's on here, because this CDI box must have came with this frame, because this is an 03 frame, which is actually a little different. For whatever reason, they made some changes between 04 and 05, but this CDI box that I have is like the $20 ones. Of course, that one don't work. Anyways, so I'm taking a little break on the wiring harness, but I got it kind of set up to where it needs to be. There's a couple things I'm trying to figure out how it gets plugged into, but basically what I need to be working on is kind of just nitty gritty stuff. So a couple things I would need to do. I gotta put the rear brake back on, kind of that stuff. It's really just nitty gritty stuff at this point. But once I get all that stuff on, we'll kind of work away on the engine, you know, getting the radiator on and all that. So it's just nitty gritty stuff at this point. I'm still hoping I'm not missing too many things. It's hard to tell until I get to that point. So that's where I'm at. It's just gonna be a little bit of a slow process from here on out. And hopefully in the next video we will have this thing running. That's the plan. I just gotta wait for that CDI box. There's no way it's gonna start without it. So that's what we're waiting on, and let's get to it. Haven't really been going over it too much. So basically, so I got the exhaust on, the air box is kind of on. I went to the carburetor, got that all cleaned up. Then I realized that the boot that connects the carburetor to the engine is not in the kit that the guy gave me. So that's another thing I gotta wait on. So I can't get the carburetor on it yet. So I'm waiting on that carburetor boot, the CDI box, and I'm also missing the brake cylinder for this rear brake here. That's missing. It's not a huge thing right now at the moment, but if I had all that in there, I could start this thing up if I wanted to. I'm getting really close. I still gotta put the tie rods on. I just haven't really done that yet. Once I get the tie rods on and all that, it's just hooking up the rest of the wire harness, to be honest. So we're getting really close. But at this point, I gotta wait on parts. So I just rolled the quad out here to get a nice thumbnail picture, and I kind of just set the plastic on in the seat. And I'm really happy I went with red and white. I think this looks sick. That's gonna look really awesome. So this is gonna be the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching so much. I've made a lot of progress on this thing in the last 2 days. Been going non-stop on it. So thank you guys so much. I have a huge project coming in. I'm kind of hinting it, but the Sportsman is being turned into something else. So stay tuned for that. So please leave a like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and all the fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.